The hamster grinds 60-hour weeks. The hamster nailed that promotion. The hamster finally hit $80K a year. And yet it's the 28th of the month, and he's staring at his bank account with that familiar little panic. Where did it go? Not like he bought something stupid, no big, embarrassing mistake. It just evaporated, quietly, efficiently, like it was never there. 3 years ago, he was making $40K and thought, if I could just hit $60K, I'd finally start saving. He hit $60K and swapped the subway for Ubers. He hit $80K and now it's DoorDash 4 nights a week. And somehow, still living paycheck to paycheck. Here's the gut punch. He can't even point to one thing he blew it on. Just 100 small, totally logical upgrades. Does that sound like you? Let's talk about hamster brain. Real hamsters have a biological quirk. No matter how much food is already in the cage, they keep stuffing their cheeks. The hoard is full. They're still running. They don't have an enough setting. Neither do you. Neither do I. Economists call this lifestyle inflation. Every time your income goes up, your spending standard quietly follows. Before the raise, you took the subway. After the raise, you Uber, because your time is worth something now. Before the raise, you meal prepped on Sundays. After the raise, you're spending $18 on a salad and calling it a work lunch. And here's the thing, none of these feel like decisions. They feel like gravity, like the natural next step. Nobody sits down and thinks, I'm going to start wasting money now. It just happens. One upgrade at a time. Your income is up 50%. Your savings are up basically nothing. The wheel didn't stop. It just started spinning faster. Here's the part that'll make you feel a little better and a little worse. This is not a willpower problem. This is biology. Behavioral economists ran a study. 2 groups. Same product, same price tag, $200. Group 1 earns $40K a year, Group 2 earns $120K a year. When asked, does $200 feel expensive? The $40K group said yes. The $120K group said, not really. Your brain doesn't think in absolute numbers. It thinks in ratios. It compares every purchase to your current income and constantly recalibrates what expensive even means. That $6 morning coffee doesn't register. The $15 Uber instead of the $2.75 Subway? Totally reasonable. The streaming subscriptions? Netflix, Hulu, Spotify. That meditation app you open twice. Individually, nothing. Together, you're paying $80 a month for things you forgot you even signed up for. Hamster brain doesn't warn you. It just quietly moves the goalposts every time you level up. Let's do a quick audit. 1. When did you last actually look at your monthly spending? Not a general sense of it. Actually looked, line by line. If you're blanking, your hamster is running unsupervised. 2. Have you ever said this? Once I'm making a little more, I'll start saving. That's the wheel. 3. Think of 3 things you spend money on now that yourself from 3 years ago would call a total luxury, but today feel completely normal. A $300 watch you wear every day. A hotel room when you visit a friend's city instead of sleeping on their couch. A gym membership that costs more than your first car payment. None of it feels extravagant anymore. That's exactly the point. 4, and this one's the sneaky one. Think back to a month where you had extra money coming in. A bonus, a freelance check, a side hustle payout. How much extra did you actually save that month? If the answer is not much, that's hamster brain at full power. It doesn't wait for a decision. It just absorbs the extra cash and disappears it by Sunday. So why does this keep happening even to people who are smart, financially aware? One word: anchoring. Your current income becomes your spending anchor. Every financial decision orbits that number. When you earned $40K, spending $2,000 a month felt disciplined. Now you earn $80K, spending $4,500 a month feels fine. And here's the brutal part. Anchors move up easily. They almost never move back down. Once you have the Uber habit, the subway feels like a punishment. Once your rent budget hits $2,500, a perfectly good $1,800 apartment starts to feel like going backwards. Not because it's worse, it might be totally fine. But your anchor has shifted and anything below it now registers as loss. And our brains hate loss a lot more than they enjoy an equivalent gain. This isn't weakness. It's your brain doing exactly what it was built to do. It just happens to be working against you. All right, so how do you actually get off the wheel? 3 things. First, Pay yourself before you spend. Most people run this equation. Income minus spending equals savings. Hamster brain will always expand spending to absorb what's left. Flip it. Income minus savings equals what you're allowed to spend. The day you get paid before anything else, move a fixed amount out. Even 10%, even $200. Put it in a separate account. Treat it like it doesn't exist. Out of sight really does mean out of mind. And that friction is a feature, not a bug. Second, the 30-day rule on upgrades. Any new recurring expense, nicer apartment, gym upgrade, new subscription, wait 30 days. Screenshot it, drop it in a note, let it sit. Still want it a month later? Go ahead. But if you forgot about it by Thursday, that was just a bored hamster. Third, the actually happy audit. Every 6 months, ask yourself one question. What actually makes me happy? Not what should, actually does. You'll find that most things that genuinely feel good, a run, a real conversation, cooking something from scratch, cost almost nothing. A lot of what Hamster Brain upgraded? You're paying for the idea of it. The idea of the nice gym. The idea of the rooftop apartment. The idea costs real money. The actual happiness barely there. Here's what it all comes down to. Someone earning $50K and saving nothing has the exact same problem as someone earning $150K and saving nothing. It's not the number, it's the anchor. The wheel doesn't stop at 6 figures. It doesn't stop after the next promotion. It only stops when you decide to step off. So here's your one thing to do today. Open your bank app. Look at the last 3 months. Income versus what you actually saved. If that gap makes you wince good, you just saw the wheel. And seeing it is exactly how you start to step off. The hamster worked hard on this one. He could use a like and a subscribe because his emergency fund isn't fully funded yet.